Example 12 on page 617. Find the x-intercepts of the graph of f of x equal to this. Solutions. You know that x-intercepts when y, or y here means f of x, okay, equal to 0. Okay, this is the definition. Make sure you know this. So that means to find x-intercepts, you will set 0 to f of x here. So f of x is equal to x squared minus 1 squared minus x squared minus 1 minus 2. This is original function. So replacing 0 for f of x to find x-intercepts. Now, this looks like a very complicated equations, but if you notice that x1 minus 1 is here, and the power of this x minus 1 is 2, and the power of this x1 minus 1 is 1, and these two terms has power that are related by a factor of 2, because if you multiply 2 to 1 here, you get 2 here. So that means you can rewriting this equation as a quadratic equations if you let u equal to this middle term here, which is x squared minus 1. So you let u equal to this term, x1 minus 1, replacing this to the equation here, you would get 0 equal to x squared minus 1, replace this in here, you get u squared, okay, replacing x minus 1 with u, and here I get this u squared minus, same idea, replacing u for x minus 1 here, I get u to the first power, which is u minus 2. Rewriting this, you can have u squared minus u minus 2 equal to 0. Now you see that you have a quadratic equation, and then you can use the quadratic formula to find the solutions, or you can try to factor out to see if it's doable. So we have u squared minus u minus 2. Let's see if we can factor. So c is negative 2. So factor of c's are negative 2, 1, or negative 1, 2. So b is equal to negative 1. B is here, negative 1. If you take the sum of these, you would get negative 1, which matched with the b here. That means these are the two factors. I'm going to use this to factor out this trinomial. Blank, use plus blank. And replacing negative 2 here and 1 here. Again, we learned all these already. I'm just trying to help you see or review this. So u positive times negative is negative 2 plus 1. So these are two factors of this trinomial. I'm going to replace these two for this trinomial, which is here. So we have u minus 2 times u plus 1 equal to 0. We can use the principle of 0 and factor this out to u minus 2 equal to 0, or u plus 1 equal to 0. So we have u minus 2 equal to 0, or u plus 1 equal to 0. Solving for u, I'm adding 2 on both sides. U, this is 0, equal to 2. Solve for u, subtract 1 both sides. So you have u 0 equal to 0 minus 1 is negative 1. So it looks like there are two solutions, right? But we're not done yet, because the solution is in terms of x, not u. So u is what? We let u equal to this. So replacing x1 minus 1 for u. Okay, and same idea here. replacing x squared minus 1 for u, and solve for x. Simplify this by adding 1 on both sides. This is x squared, this is 0, equal to 3. Simplify by adding 1 on both sides. I get x squared, this is 0, equal to, this is 0. Okay? Now, to solve this, we're going to find the principle of square roots. Okay? Now, by principle of square roots, we have x squared equal to d. The solution is x equal to square root of d, or x equal to negative square root of d. Now, if you review the principle of square root, that say that if d equal to 0, there's only one solution. Only then there is only one solution, and the solution is 0 actually. So the solution, when d equals 0 right here, the solution for this equation is 0. And it turns out we have d, which is 0 here. Do you see how it's related? X squared equals d, x squared equals 0. When d equals 0, the solution is 0. So you know that x is equal to 0. For this case, using the principle of 0, for this case, you can use the principle of 0. The case that when d is positive, there are two real number solutions. So make sure you review the principle of square roots. So for this, I'm going to use this formula. So x equal to square root of 3, or x equal to negative square root of 3. So look like we have three solutions. X equal to square root of 3, x equal to negative square root of 3, x equal to 0. Now by the way, D2, you can rewriting this as plus or minus square root of 3. Okay? Now we have three solutions. Okay, D2 and this, we don't know which one is the correct solution. Let's check it. So let's test this first. When x goes 0, checks. We'll replace x equals 0 to the original equation, which is this actually. Okay, which is this equation, because we're looking for, if this x substituting here, you get 0. So you get 0 squared minus 1 squared minus 0 squared minus 1, and then minus 2. I'm using this equation to see it's equal to 0. 0 minus 1 is negative 1 squared, minus 0 minus 1 is negative 1, minus 2. So this is 1 because you square it. Negative times negative is positive 1. Subtract 2. Turns out 1 plus 1 subtract 2 is 0. So 0 equals 0. So this is correct, x. And you can verify this as well. So let's see. Checking to here, you get 0 equal to square root. Now because x is even, and you only have one term here, you can replace both solutions here to the x, and you can check at one time. So plus or minus square root of 3, you square it, minus 1, square it, subtracts plus or minus square root of 3, you square it, minus 1, and it subtracts 2 here. I'm going to write out space, so I'm right by row, okay? So simplify and question mark. 0 here, question mark. This, you square it, is equal to 3. Positive or negative, when you square it, become positive. Square root of 3, when you square it, become 3. Minus 1 squared. Minus. For this, similarly, when you square it, it becomes 3. Minus 1. okay, minus 2. Now simplify as much as we can. 3 minus 1 is 2, 2 squared, minus 3 minus 1 is 2, minus 2 here. And then negative 2 subtract negative 2 is negative 4. This is 4 here. 2 squared is 4. So 4 minus 4 is 0. So true, 0 equals 0. So that means D2's are solutions to this equation. So there are 3 solutions. Now, we're not done yet because the question is about the x-intercepts. So the x-intercepts when y or f of x equals 0. And we set 0 for f of x and we saw and we got d3x. We tested. So these are the x-intercepts. And for x-intercepts, make sure you write d3 as 3 order pairs, 3 points. Okay? Write it at 3 points. So for x intercept when y equals 0. Y equals 0, so the second coordinates equal to 0, because they represent the y. Okay? Now we just plug in the x. So this is square root of 3, positive, and a negative square root of 3, and the last one is 0. So it turns out D3 are the x-intercepts. Okay, on the x-axis, these are the 3 points.